Henry Barrow back at Cleveland Stadium. Setting the Dolphins offensively for you. It'll be Morris and Zonka the running backs. Gracie the quarterback. Briscoe and Warfield the wide receivers. Fleming the tight end. The tackles Moore and Evans. The guards Kuchenberg in middle. And the center is Winger. Jones, Johnson, Shirk, and Roman on the front line. The linebackers Hall, Babbage, and Garlick. Scott and Davis the cornerbacks. And Darden and Sumner are the safeties. Zonka has been the effective man on the ground for Miami thus far in the ball game. There's the gun. That's the end of the first quarter. Dolphin action continues from Cleveland Stadium with a score, Miami nothing, the Browns nothing. He told me yesterday in the airport that he had a little problem last week hitting the ball properly. This will be a 36-yard attempt. Morrow will hold. From the near side inbound hash mark, 36 yards. Snap, set down. The kick is up. He's got the distance. It's good. So the Dolphins take the lead 3-0 with 8:19 left to go in this first half. Dolphin football action continues from Cleveland Stadium with a score of Miami 3. So Cockcroft comes in to try a field goal. On the season, he is 8 for 10. He has 29 points. He has been a principal offensive weapon for the Browns. They have not been able to score too many touchdowns. Don Horn, number 13, a reserve quarterback, will hold a 30-yard attempt from straight out in front down here at the east end of the field. Cockcroft, a straight-in style kicker. Waiting for the snap. Here it is, set down. The kick is up. He's got the distance, and we've got a tie ball game. Cockcroft hit from 30 yards, and it's tied up 3-3 with 2 minutes and 55 seconds left to play in this first half. Rick Weaver with Henry Barrow back at Cleveland Stadium. The score is tied 3-3. Yepremian a 36-yard field goal, and Cockcroft a 30-yarder. A 5-play drive, 42 yards. Cockcroft kicks it in from 30 yards, and it's tied up 3-3. The play that started that drive off was Davis's interception of a greasy pass and a fine return. Charlie Lee will be deep along with Mercury Morris to field the kickoff. Charlie, number 23, Merck, number 22, Lee to the far side, Morris down the near side. Here comes Cockcroft straight ahead, gets the kick high. It is not too deep. Charlie Lee will grab it at the 6, up the far side of the 10, the 15, to the 20, and he's hit right there, and a flag goes down. His progress will be halted at the 20-yard line, a 14-yard return, but there is a flag on the play. The tackle made by Jim Romanison, number 56, a rookie from Edinburgh State, and I believe the Dolphins' Bruce Bannon is the man on whom the infraction was called. The Dolphins are penalized on the penalty, and they are still conferring, the referee and the linesman over there. Now they're going to mark the ball back at the inside the 10 at the 9-yard line. Now we get the official signal. Holding. And it was called on Bruce Bannon, I believe, on the Dolphins special team.
I'm sure it was, Rick, and the man he was holding was Billy Lapierre.
Mercury Morris, Larry Zonka will be the split-backs. The Dolphins will start from their 9-yard line with 2 minutes, 46 seconds to go. In the first half, the score tied 3-3. This has been a titanic defensive battle. Warfield splits near side, Briscoe to the far side. The hitting has been ferocious. Here's the handoff. Zonka buries himself over the left side and gets only a yard or two out to about the 11-yard line. Jerry Shirk, the right tackle, number 72, a 4-year man from Oklahoma State, and John Darlington, the right side linebacker, makes the tackle on the play. The ball at the 11, a 2-yard pickup.
That was one of those plays where it was just which line can push the other one out of the way and make room for the runner to come through.
This is really a pit battle tonight on both sides, offensively and defensively up front. Second down and 8. The Dolphins from their 11-yard line. Greasy trying to get some good operating room to try to maneuver the football in, at least get some throwing room. Here's the handoff. Zonka, big hole out to the 15 to the 20-yard line. And that's good for a first down. Zonka, a fine block out in front from Little and Jim Langer. And Garlington and Darden are the fellows who brought him down. There's a timeout with the 2-minute warning on the field. And Dolphin football action continues from Cleveland Stadium with a score. Miami 3, Cleveland 3. 2 minutes to go before the end of the half. Zonka just picked up a first down, and the Dolphins have the ball at their 20-yard line. Zonka thus far 8 carries, 48 yards. Greasy through the air, 2 out of 8 for 48 yards, 1 interception. Miami has 5 first downs, 3 by the rush and 2 by the pass thus far in the ball game. Right now, field position and perhaps an opportunity to get in field goal range, if not a touchdown, to go to the dressing room with the lead is all important. Dolphins 80 yards away with a first down from the 20-yard line. Morris and Zonka Out of the backs. Here's the handoff. Merck starts inside. The left side is trapped and falls forward to about the 24-yard line. He was contained by Walter Johnson. He started over the left side, saw some daylight, and then decided that he was not going to make as much as he thought he was, and he ran right into Johnson's arms. Gain of 4 on the carry. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Mercury coming into the ball game with the best average of any running back in the league, going for almost 8 yards per carry every time he gets his hands on the ball, but they have really bottled him up tonight. Here's Greasy, hand off to Morris, starts outside of the right, hurdles the tackler, breaks over the left side, a flag goes down, he gets out to about the 27. Tackled by Charlie Hall, the left side linebacker, but there was a flag on the play. Mercury Morris, the ball carrier, Hall and Babbage, the 2 linebackers on the stop. And Miami is going to be called for clipping. And penalties over the last couple of minutes hurt the Dolphins. That holding call on the kickoff return, and now a clipping call against Miami. And the Dolphins were just a couple of yards away from first down territory. They'll have to lose field position. Jim Kick comes in as Morris goes out. Kick and Zonka will be the running backs. The referee, Pat Haggerty, marches the ball back to the 12-yard line. Now this is marched off from the point of the infraction. The Dolphins are called for clipping, and Billy Andrews, number 52, a 7-year veteran, comes in as a prevent, replacing Walter Johnson, the extra linebacker for the Browns. The ball is back at the Dolphins' 12-yard line. It'll be a 2nd down and 19 as the wind continues to blow in upon us. 1 minute, 21 seconds to go in this first half. Score tied 3-3. Vicious, hard-hitting ball game. Briscoe splits far side. Warfield to the near side. Kick and Zonka to split backs behind Greasy. Dolphins are 2nd and 19 from their 12-yard line. Here is Greasy trapped. Zonka over the left side. He gets out to check a kick. Across the 15 out to about the 17. And perhaps to the 18-yard line. Jim Kick to the 18-yard line. A tackle made by John Garlington and Tom Darden. He got 6 of them back. That'll bring up the 3rd down. 3rd down and about 12 for Miami. The ball at the 18-yard line. Greasy has not been overly successful tonight on 3rd down conversions, 1 out of 6. Here's Briscoe to the far side, Warfield to the near side. Kick and Zonka to split backs. Dolphins from their 18. 3rd down and 12. Greasy, long count. Browns jump, flags go down. Here's the handoff, going to kick inside. He gets to the 20. And I believe Cleveland is going to be penalized. Bob Babbage, the middle linebacker, makes the stop. Greasy will change his cadence at the line of scrimmage on purpose to do that. And the Browns are going to be called for defensive offside as their right side jumped and didn't get back in time. So the Dolphins will come up with a 3rd down and 7 situation out of this one, and will have the football at their 23-yard line. Miami in a 36-yard field goal by Premian, and Cockcroft kicked one from 30 yards. Johnson is in the ball game. Andrews is out for the Browns. This Johnson is quite a giant at 6'4", 265. And Shirk, the other tackle, is 6'4", 255. He's a former NCAA heavyweight wrestling champion a couple of years in a row out at Oklahoma State. 3rd down and 7. Miami from their 23-yard line. Briscoe splits far side, Warfield to the near side. Back to throw. Greasy flings it out. Kick, drops the ball. Up at the 27-yard line. It was not a good pass as Greasy threw the ball behind him. A slant out of the backfield intended for Jim Kick, and that'll bring up another punting situation. Cockcroft and Seipel have been primary factors for their ball clubs tonight, and Seipel has outkicked them. We'll get Greg Pruitt, number 34, back along with Tom Darden, number 27. Pruitt off to the far side and Darden to the near side as far as our vantage point. And Seipel will stand back at about the 10-yard line. 29 seconds showing on the clock left to play in the first half. The score is tied 3-3 on an extremely windy night. Waiting for the snap is Larry Seipel. Here it is. He gets the kick out of there, and he rips a beauty. A long, high spiral. Grabbed by Pruitt, back at the 22, starts to the far side, 25, 30, 35, and he slipped up across the 35 at the 38-yard line, and he was flying. He was ready to go to work, and Jim Mandich is the man who possibly saved the day on that one. Seipel, a 54-yard kick. Larry sometimes is kicking the ball out of sight, and he's out kicking his coverage. And that was the case that time, as they didn't get a chance to get down, and Pruitt had an excellent run back of some 16 yards. All right, 18 seconds to go before the end of the half. Mike Phipps ready to go to work. As Pitt splits to the near side, Hooker to the far side, Kelly and Ken Brown to the split backs. The Brownies from their 38-yard line. Score is tied 3-3. Here's the handoff. Kelly over the left side gets down out to the 45, to the 46-yard line in Cleveland territory. And they will call a timeout to stop the clock. Tackled by Mike Colon, the Dolphins' weak side linebacker. That's a gain of some 8 yards. The Browns are called for a timeout. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 2 when time is back in with 13 seconds left to play in the first half.
And Rick, the Browns have 2 timeouts left. The Dolphins have all 3 of theirs. Chose not to use any of them on that last drive. But the Brownies have 2 timeouts, 13 seconds to go, and they look like they want to get Cockcroft in position. We have both of these ball clubs, of course, really battling to, as the Dolphins have the Bills to contend with, and the Browns have now the Cincinnati Bengals, along with the Pittsburgh Steelers in their division. 2 well-drilled teams here tonight. 3-1, back to throw. Here's Phipps, fires across the middle. It is caught by Moore on the tight end, and he's knocked down at the Miami 36-yard line. He immediately calls for a timeout. It's on the clock with 5 seconds to go. Phipps across the middle to Milt Moore, the big tight end. Nick Bonicani knocked him down, but they call a timeout, and they'll bring in the field goal unit. Cockcroft has one earlier of 30 yards. He was the most accurate kicker, 81% on his field goals last year, and won the Tom McCann Award, which goes to the outstanding toe in pro football. Gary Yepremian won it the year before. Now this one will be a 44-yard attempt. Horn is in the hole, and this wind is blowing right in our face, which means if it's the same down on the field that he's going to be kicking into the wind, really swirling around inside of this huge stadium. Horn will hold from the far inbound hash mark. He's kicking toward the east end, a 44-yard attempt. 5 seconds show on the board. It's tied up 3-3. Cockcroft can break it. Waiting for the snap. Here it is. Set down. The kick is up. He's got the distance. It's good. And that's the end of the first half. As Cockcroft, on the last play of the first half, kicks a 44-yard field goal. So the score at halftime, Cleveland 6, the Dolphins 3. We'll be back with halftime comments after these announcements. That puts the Browns, despite their 33-6 loss, right back in this AFC title picture. We are ready to go to work. As Yepremian awaits the whistle, he comes forward, gets the toe into the ball, gets it high and deep, way back in the end zone, and there'll be no run back, as it'll be down by Greg Pruitt, and the Browns will start following a touchback from their 20-yard line. Now, looking at some of the official first half stats, the total offensive yardage, Dolphins 106 to 98 for the Browns, and the Dolphins had the ball 28 plays to the Browns 27 in the first half. So that's how even the ball game has been. The rest of these stats are right up to date. Leroy Kelly and Ken Brown are the running backs. Phipps is the quarterback. The Browns moving from our left to our right in this third quarter. The ball at the 24-yard line, a 2nd down and 6 in Brown's territory. Hooker splits far side, pitch to the near side. Brown and Kelly, the split backs in behind Mike Phipps. Phipps waiting for the snap from center. On the snap, hands off to Kelly, hits the middle, and he has pounded. He has hit himself right at the 25-yard line, a gain of a yard. Bill Stanfield jammed that play up. He has just been magnificent since coming off that gallbladder and stomach disorder that bothered him early in the season. And his ball game against the Jets last week was superlative. Lloyd Mumford comes in as the extra defensive back now, and ball is out. It's a 3rd down and 5 for the Browns from their 25-yard line. He will drop deep to throw. He sets up. Now he's going to have to eat the football as he's tossed for a loss back at the 16. Den Herter and Fernandez broke through on him. That's the 2nd sack for the Dolphins, and the Browns have 1. The Dolphins coming with a rush, and Fernandez and Den Herter each get a sack on that. And so that'll bring up a punting situation as Cockcroft comes into the ballgame. Jake Scott has been handling the safety spot tonight on punts, and Anderson goes back as the shallow man. Cockcroft, who has not been any whiz as far as distance is concerned tonight, has been hanging the ball up high, will stand back at about the 1-yard line. The line of scrimmage, the 16, back in Brown's territory. Here is the snap. He gets the kick out of there, gets off a low trajectory spiral. Scott will grab it at the Dolphins 45, straight ahead of the 50, and he is knocked down in Cleveland territory at about the 49-yard line. Jake Scott returns for some 6 yards. Jim Copeland, number 54 on the specialty teams, makes the tackle. Cockcroft that time, a 40-yard punt. The ball at the 49-yard line in Cleveland territory. So the Dolphins come up with excellent field position, and now let's see if Greasy can get something started. 6-3. The Browns lead. Briscoe splits far side. Warfield is a slot man to the right. Morris and Zonka are the split backs in behind Greasy. First down Miami from the Browns' 49-yard line. Here's the handoff to Merck. Sweeps to the near side. Turns the corner. 45. Tries to cut back to his right. Is ridden to the ground inside the 40 down at about the 37-yard line. And that should be good enough for a first down. The tackle on the play made by Jerry Shirk. And Bob Kuchenberg threw a tremendous block out in front of Merck that time to spring him.
The big difference in that play was that the Dolphins were executing perfectly.
All right, that's been the difference. Execution. Kuchenberg and Zonka were the blockers that time. The ball is at the 38-yard line. The Dolphins picked up a first down at the Browns' 38. They split Briscoe to the near side. Warfield, a slot man left. Zonka and Morris, the split backs in behind Greasy. Hand off to Merck, puts his head down and rams his way into the middle, gets to the 35-yard line. Mercury Morris, the ball carrier, stopped by Walter Johnson. And Merck gets 3.
Rick, I think it's obvious so far that Don Shula has not in any way altered the game plan that he came into this game with. It looks like the first half, except again we bring up that word, execution.
Execution is the name of the game. The ball at the Browns' 35, a second down and 7. Briscoe splits far side. Warfield to the near side, and Merck and Zonk set as I-backs now, and Merck is the deep man. Second down, 7. The ball from the Cleveland 35-yard line. Greasy hands off. Zonka hits on a trap, and they were diagnosing that one perfectly. He gets to the 33, and that is all. As Babbage, the middle linebacker, a 4-year man from Miami University of Ohio, whom the Browns acquired in an off-season deal with the San Diego Chargers, makes the tackle. The ball is at the 33-yard line. A third down, and a kick comes in to replace Morris in the offensive backfield. A third down and 5 for Miami. The ball at the Browns' 33. Now let's see what Greasy comes up with. This is a big play right here for Miami to keep the momentum going. Briscoe splits far side. Warfield is flat man right. Mandich is in the ball game also, and he can go deep. The ball from the Browns' 33. They must get to the 28 for a first down. Third down and 5. Greasy drops the throw. Flag goes down. He fires out. It is overthrown for kick. Incomplete. There are 2 flags down. One at the 34 and one at the 37-yard line. And the referee is one of the guys who threw his flag, and that generally indicates holding, and that's what it is on Miami. The Dolphins detected holding on the pass protection for Greasy.
If we can speculate, those flags bracketed Larry Little. One was thrown in front of him, one in back of him.
Well, he's blocking primarily on Walter Johnson, and Johnson has been a demon on that defensive line tonight for the Cleveland Browns. The Dolphins will be assessed 15 yards. For offensive holding, the ball will be placed down at the Cleveland 48-yard line. This series started from the Browns 49, so the Dolphins come out of this one accomplishing nothing at this stage, and it'll be a third down and 20. Now this would seem to be an obvious passing situation. The Browns have that extra linebacker in there, and let's see indeed if Greasy does put the ball up. The ball at the Browns 48-yard line. Briscoe goes to the far side. Warfield to the near side. Waiting for the snap. Third down and 20 from the Browns 48-yard line. Browns lead 6-3. Greasy drops deep in the throw. He sets up. He's firing deep up the middle. Warfield. He is interfered with down at the 16-yard line. Ben Davis, the right cornerback. Warfield apparently had his man beaten on the play, and the official downfield threw the flag immediately, and at least the preliminary judgment from up here is that Davis is the man who was the interferer. Pass interference on the defense. An automatic first down. Davis is the guy on whom it was called, and a good legitimate call as he whacked Warfield across the shoulder. And so the Dolphins come up with a first down on the pass interference against Davis. The ball at the Cleveland 19-yard line. Mercury Morris, Larry Zonka will be the running back.
That was a good defensive play, because if he hadn't whacked Warfield, Warfield would have had 6 points.
Briscoe splits far side, Warfield to the near side. The backs run an eye. First down, Dolphins at the Browns 19-yard line. On the snap, here's a handoff. Mercury runs into a stone wall. He seems to be running away from the hole. At least would appear that way from up here. He got nothing on that play. Savage and Jones make the tackle. And he might have lost a yard. They put the ball down at the 20-yard line. He did lose a yard. Kick comes in, and Morris is out. Mercury having all kinds of problems running against this Cleveland rushing defense tonight. They lead, coming into the ball game, the American Football Conference in total defense. Second down, 11. Dolphins from the Browns 20-yard line. Warfield spreads near side. Briscoe to the far side. Chick and Zonka are the split backs in behind Greasy. Dolphins trail 6-3. We're in the third quarter. On the snap, Greasy drops straight back to throw. Sets up. He fires out. It is deflected. Intercepted. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Down the near sideline and out of bounds with a football is Bob Babbage, the middle linebacker. Bob Greasy made the tackle. It's a good thing he did, or he would have gone into the end zone for a touchdown. That ball was tipped in the air by Babbage, and he runs it back 46 yards. All he did was haul it down and returned it for the Browns. How quickly these games turn around. And the Browns have a first down at the Miami 46-yard line. Now the players in the Browns huddle pleading to the fans to quiet it down so they can hear what's going on. Leroy Kelly, Ken Brown to the running backs. The Browns lead 6-3, 10:05 left to go in the third quarter. That's the second pass interception on Greasy tonight. Phipps flips to the near side, and Hooker is put off the far side. Phipps, first down, Browns from the Dolphins 36. He spins, hands outside. This is Brown inside the 30 and gets down to about the 27-yard line. Ken Brown, the 4-year man from Oklahoma City. Tackled by Scott and Anderson. And the ball will be marked at the Dolphins 27. He picked up 9. It'll be a second down and 1 for Cleveland. A no-name defense with the pressure on them. 6-3. They are definitely within Cockroft field goal range, but they would like to get a touchdown. All right, Pitts is split out as the wide man near side. Hooker is slot man right. Brown and Kelly, the split backs in behind Phipps. A second and 1 from the Dolphins 27-yard line. Phipps looks over the defense, ready to go to work, hands to Kelly. He is stumbling around and is stopped and stacked up at the 28. He lost a yard. Bill Stanfield jammed that play up, and Fernandez also coming in, assists on the tackle. Bob Babbage is the man who intercepted that Greasy pass, the 4-year middle linebacker from Miami of Ohio. The ball is at the Dolphins 28, a loss of a yard, and make it a third down and 2. Third and 2 for the Browns at the Dolphins 28. They put in the 2 tight ends, Chip Glass and Milt Moran for the power blocking up front. Third down, short yardage. They need 2 yards for a first down. Ready to go to work is Phipps, waiting for the snap from the Dolphins 28-yard line. Long count at the line of scrimmage. He keeps himself and rambles straight ahead, and he may not have made it. The ball is at just outside the Miami 27-yard line. He had to get to the 26. Fernandez and Hines are the guys who jammed the ball up. They didn't make it. And they got to send in the field goal unit, so the Dolphins defense does its job. And Cockroft, who has kicked 2 out of 2 of 30 and 44 yards, will try another one. The ball is at the 27-yard line, and this will be an approximate 34-yard attempt. Now, the wind is blowing smack dab in our face up here, and he's kicking in that direction, but it didn't bother him the last time. Don Horn, number 13, a quarterback, will hold a 34-yard field goal attempt from straight out in front down here at the east end of the field. Cockroft 2 for 2 tonight. Will try to make it 3 for 3. Here's the snap. Set down. The kick is up. He has the distance. And this time it is no good. He missed it. Off to the kicker's left. So the Dolphins will take over on the touchback at their 20-yard line. Cockroft finally had Lady Luck run out on him. He misses a 34-yarder, and the wind, conceivably that time, could have been a factor, as the ball was just a little bit off to the kicker's left. So the Dolphins will start from their 20-yard line with Morris and Zonka as the running back. Greasy pitches to Morris on the first play from scrimmage, backs outside to his right and gets only about a yard. They have just wrapped up Mercury in a nice big package tonight. He has really been contained. Charlie Hall, the left side linebacker, makes the stop, a gain of only a yard, and it'll be a second down coming up at 9. Morris unofficially has carried the ball 11 times and has picked up only 24 yards, which is just a little bit over 2 yards a carry. He was averaging about 8 yards a carry, leading the league coming in that department. The Dolphins have got to get something started here with 7:08 to go in the third quarter. Greasy has thrown 2 interceptions. Briscoe splits near side. Warfield is flat man left. Second and 9 from the Dolphins' 21-yard line. Here's Greasy. Hands off. Mercury comes to the left side. Finds a hole. 25, 30. He's going to go. Nobody's going to get him. 50, 45, 40. Down to the 35, 30, 25, 20. And he's finally dragged down from behind at the 10-yard line. Clarence Scott, the left quarterback, actually made up ground on it. when you can catch Mercury Morris from behind, you have really some blazing speed, and Clarence Scott made up yardage on the Merc. As I had called, nobody was going to get him, and at that stage, it didn't look like it. But Scott came from out of nowhere and just brought him down and saved the day. Just as we said, Merc was having a difficult night. He found a big hole over the left side, reversed his field, cut back to the far side, and rambled for 71 yards, and the Dolphins have a first and goal at the 9-yard line. Jim Chick is in, replacing Merc. And his forward progress gets him to the 1-yard line. The Browns come up with a football, but after the play had been blown dead, they're trying to strip him of the ball. He gets to about the 1, and that'll bring up a third down and goal situation from the 1. Ben Davis, the right corner, Johnson, Babbage, Shirk, all in on the stop. So Zonka, as Greasy rehuddles, the ball is actually just inside the 2 is where they mark it. So we'll call up the 2-yard line. Third down and goal from the 2. Zonka got just a couple of yards on the carry. Greasy brings him out. The 2 tight ends remain in for the blocking up front. Zonka and Chick to the split back. In behind Greasy. Third and goal from the Browns 2-yard line. Here's Greasy. Hands to Zonka. He's got a touchdown. Larry Zonka through the middle on the trap play, and Zonk finally gets the Dolphins into the end zone. Little and Kuchenberg on crisscross blocking just opened the hole for him, and Zonka pushed his way into the end zone. That for Larry is his first touchdown. Score now. As the Dolphins score a touchdown, Yepemian converts is now 10-6. Dolphin football action continues from Cleveland Stadium with a score, Miami 10, the Browns 6.
We have a minute and 15 seconds to go in the third quarter. Third down and 10. Browns from the Dolphins' 28-yard line. Phipps ready to go to work. He drops straight back to throw. He fires out. It is knocked away. Incomplete. Down at the 18-yard line. Good defensive play. Pass was intended for Kelly, and Lloyd Mumford is the man who broke it up. So that'll bring up a fourth down, and here comes the field goal unit in. Will be an approximate 35-yard attempt down here at the same end of the field in which he missed the other one. A minute and 4 seconds left to play in this third quarter. The Dolphins leading by a score of 10-6. This can bring them up to within 1 point if he makes it. Straight out in front is Don Cockcroft. He is 2 out of 3 tonight. Waiting for the snap is Horn. Here it is. Set down. The kick is up. He's got the distance. And it's good. With 59 seconds left to play in the third quarter, Dolphin football action continues from Cleveland, Ohio, with a score. The Dolphins 10, the Browns 9. Occasions in this ball game, we come up to another crucial third down. Lloyd Mumford is in. Nick Bonaconte is out on the Dolphins' prevent defense. Third down and 5. How does Mr. Phipps stand on third down situation? 3 out of 14. Phipps waits for the snap. Here it is. He drops back to throw. Here come the Dolphins. He fires. The pass is picked off by Coleman. 45-40, a flag down. He's at the 30, the 25, falls down, gets up, still trying to dig for yardage inside the 20. To the 18, there is a flag, however, back at the 30-yard line. Mike Cullen, the Dolphins' weak side linebacker, picked it off. The penalty apparently against the Cleveland Browns, and so Mike Cullen comes up with a key interception. That is his first of the season, and for the Dolphins, their 7th pass interception of the season. The Dolphins, of course, the penalty is against Cleveland. It is declined, and the Dolphins take possession of the football with a first down. And the clock now becomes important with 6:41 to go. The Dolphins, excellent field position. The ball at the 18-yard line. Morris, clock moving with 5:26 to go. Both clubs have all their timeouts left. Here's the draw play. Zonka, he's got the first down inside the 5, down to the 3-yard line. And so, again, Zonka comes up with a key play. The clock moving with 4:33 to go. First and goal, Miami from the Browns' 4-yard line. 10-9, Miami leading, trying to get another one in here. 4:25 to go. Mandich and Fleming, the tight ends, kicking Zonka out of the backs. They are set in tight, down at the 2-yard line. Greasy up under center, waits for the snap. Hands off, Zonka rams the middle, he's got a touchdown. Larry Zonka gets number 2 tonight. And I actually see some white handkerchiefs here at Cleveland. Last year in the playoff game. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and there's the gun ending the ball game. Miami prevails. The final score, the Dolphins 17, the Browns 9.